Hey Legitimates, welcome back to my channel. Today on the Merry Make-a-thon, we are using our Cricut to personalize some detangling brushes for some sisters. So I wanted to have kind of the same thing for both, but if they were the same, how would they tell them apart? So I have subtly used a pink sticker vinyl to label each of them with their names and then put them back in the containers because I think it's cute. But this is a really quick project. It's really inexpensive. It costs less than $10 all up for everything for both of them. So let's just get into it. All right, we're going to hit text. We're going to type in the names that we want. I'm going to do both names at the same time. Even if I wasn't doing them in the same color, you can just position them at different points on your mat so that you can cut them at the same time. I'm then going to pick a font from System. So these are all the ones that come with the computer, as well as anything that I have downloaded from dafont.com. I do have many fonts because I'm a little bit font obsessed. And yet I do pick something that is very plain today. And the reason for that is because they are little girls and I'm not sure if they can read cursive. So I didn't really want to do anything that was too tricky to read because it's not fun if you can't read your own name. So I'm just going to go through here and pick some fonts. Now, you need to pick a font before you resize anything because different fonts become wider or skinnier. So you pick your fonts first and then you'll see in a minute I need to go back and resize them and make them a little bit smaller because the detangling brushes are quite small. So Amber was a little bit too wide. So we're just going to make that a bit smaller. The other one's fine, and so now we can go and set it all up. So you want to just pick the right size mat, and I like to leave a bit of a gap between the two before we cut them. Alright, so my mats are not very sticky anymore, so we're going to use the green mat. If your mats are new, please use the blue one. Or you might be able to use this one. And I'm just going to take a ruler because I like to have nice straight edges where possible. And I'm going to cut 2 inches. And I know that's a bit much, but I'd prefer to have a bit much than not enough. And I'm going to cut the whole way along to keep this nice. And then we're going to take it, we're going to pick whichever end we think is the appropriate amount of stickiness. It is the curse of when the mats start to die. I have washed them several times and they get to a point where they're not going to be fixed. And I'm going to just really swipe it down like that, and then we can go put it in the machine. I have sped this up, but because I've set everything up in the computer, it's going to read the mat and then just cut it. This is a very quick thing, but I just sped it up anyway because there's only so much I can say about it cutting. Do make sure that you replace your blades semi-regularly. I will be getting a new mat probably this afternoon. Alright, so as you can see, it's already starting to lift. That is due to the fact that my mats, pardon me, are getting destroyed. It is what it is. Now, use your paper scissors. I use these ones because I have a sharpener for them. And I'm just going to chop them into 2 separate words so it's easier. You can keep this for another project. I have a little container of them. And then we're going to take the biggest name and do that one first. So we're gonna go here and then off like that. Peel off your backing. Now, I'm not very good at peeling the backing, so we are going to use this thing, which I am also not very good at using. I weirdly enough prefer my sew-alls. Right, peel off the backing, throw the backing away, unless you're gonna keep this and reuse it, but I'm not. Alright, and then we're going to just put this straight on here. And I reckon I've got a rubbing tool. Yes, of course it's green. Alright, so we're just going to rub that on. And then it's stuck to the table a little bit. That's fine. Peel off the backing and everything should stick. I'm really enjoying this reverse weeding thing. It is absolutely my jam. And so then we're just going to gently pull away this part. Now, did I waste a little bit too much? possibly. However, such is life. So as you can see, it tore a lot. It's fine. Throw that bit out. And then I like to put my fingers in the opposite corners to kind of hold it flat. And then we can just pick out the other parts that don't need to be there. And I like to stick them to my finger because, again, I don't know where my fancy weeding holder thing has gone. The cat is headbutting my foot right now. It's probably going to start meowing in a minute. So we're just weeding these out. This tool is actually bent on the end, which is why it looks like I'm having so much trouble. It's because I am. Grab it, pull it, grab it, pull it. Sorry, that was the cat again. He's tickling my toes. Okay, there we go. So you can always check it from the other side to make sure it does what you want. Like that. And then I'm going to grab one. Now, obviously, because they're both the same, I want to try and put them on the same way. And yes, I know it's pink on pink, but I just thought it'd be cute. I didn't want to do anything like black. I thought that was too far. So then we're just going to rub it, and I'm going to gently pull this off. And then just kind of pat it, make sure it's on. And there's one. Like, it's subtle, but I like subtle. You also obviously don't have to do it this way. So again, we're just gonna rub this on, put that in the bin. If you're gonna do lots of these, I really do suggest you get some kind of a weeding thing. Now, I'm doing it in a way that I hope is mostly gonna work out for me. I'm trying to leave the main piece on. Takes a little more thought, but not too much. All right, look at that. So now, doing it that way, I only have to pull out the middle of the bee. That was a bit of a fluke. It's what I hoped for, but we all know that it doesn't always work out the way you hope. And the U did look like it was going to rip. All right, so again, we want them facing the same way, because they are thinner at one end and thicker at the other. Right in the middle. Push down from the center out. Because it's curved, I like to try and push from the center out. And then I like to peel along in case something hasn't let go. You can also grab this if you need to. I don't know if this works as well on a curved surface as it does if you just kind of smush it. But I've now got the names subtly on here so that they know whose is whose. Because I imagine sisters fight over stuff. I am also going to put them back in the container because I think the container's cute. So I made sure not to destroy them when I opened them. I think it's going to make for cuter packaging. I'll just put that in backwards. I think it's going to make for cuter packaging, but again, that's just a personal preference. You could also just put it straight in. So there's that and that. It's very cute. It's got their name. You could also, if you wanted to, cut this part off. You don't have to have the little sticky uppy bit unless you want it there. But that's pretty much it. So that's a really quick present. These were like $4 each, so they weren't expensive. But by being personalized, it just makes it that much more exciting for children or adults. I personally love things that are personalized as well. So there you go, guys. Nice, quick and easy. You can use up scraps. It's a perfect scrap buster if you've only got lots of little bits. And the kids are going to love it. So please make sure that you have liked this video. Stick around, there'll be more. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.